the way we got interested in these hot rodding, we didn't have any money, but our friends had a little money, and they made some funny little cars that they just thought they'd create, out of a bunch of junk, and everything. In the meantime, my neighbor had a little Model T that he never finished with a Franken axle and wheels on it, and I'd go by there and look at it, and I thought, boy, that'd be sure good to have that frame. But what is that frame? The word Essex. I thought, boy, Essex. So Escaner and I went to the junkyard. Essex frame, yeah, but we don't have any. They're hard to find. They're like a Model T frame with a little more depth and thicker metal. So finally, a friend of mine, he happened to have a remnants of a Model T. I went over there and I borrowed $25 from my older brother Frank, and I bought it. And we brought it over in an old trailer, put it in my garage, and it sat there for months and months. We have no money to do anything. Anyway, little by little, I got a little money, and I got the Model T motor out, and the radio head, and overhead valve, rocker arm, Model T head, and I finally got it pretty well finished up, and then I was running it one day, and I noticed it was a little bit knocking on the connecting rods, and I had just put a sump on it. I put an oil sump on it, and I had a 23 Chevy generator and an oil pump on the side and everything. I had it running just perfect, and I broke the crank, and I thought, oh God, what am I going to do? And Ed come by, and Ed says, well, John, what do you take for it? And I says, God, you going to buy it, Ed? He says, yeah. I said, okay, you can have it without the motor, because the guy came and wanted to buy the motor for $25. So I sold to Ed for $25 the chassis with the Frank and the steering I just put in there, and Ed bought everything. I said, Ed, but you don't get the turtle deck. It's another $5. He says, oh, John, what the hell is this? So he said, okay. So Ed takes it what he gets, and I keep the turtle deck, and I sell to a guy for $5. Later on, Ed buys the turtle deck for $2. That's how close the money was in those days. Anyway, I took that little bit of money, and I went to the junkyard, and I bought a 32 frame, and I had been putting 32 cross members in Model A frames for $5. You saw them out of the 32 frame, and you cut the bottom webbing, and you channel it, and you bring it up, and put bowl holes in that fits in the Model A. And that gave you the pedals and the cross member to hold the V8 motor in a Model A frame, which is pretty neat. But anyway, when I went to do mine, I thought I better bring that frame home and try that 28 body on there. So anyway, we get it home, and my brothers and everything, we cut over, and we put it on there. Hell, it fits perfect. It wasn't too narrow. It fits right on the rails, except the outer fenders in the back, they would go over the outer frame rails. So I went inside the body, and I cut it away, and I went right over the outer kick up in the back with the rear end, and it fit perfect. So I thought, oh my God, think of all those 32s I destroyed, taking those cross members out, and ruining all those frames in my own car. I fixed that up. Anyway, there was a little bit of a gap at the front cowling, and I worked at a sheet metal shop, and I 1/4 inch to nothing. There's a kick up on the 32. There's a little kick up right into the front firewall. So I took that panel off of the 28 Model A, and I took it up there, and I took it a sheet metal bender, and I bent it up 1/4 inch to nothing and put new wood down there. So my body on the frame fits perfect.